and welcome to PCC Student Connect Wacky Wednesday with Hailey. If you didn't get it or you need a refresher, last week we talked about prayer and how there's different types of prayer, and we focused on Thanksgiving. This week I wanted to show you a wacky way on how God responds to our requests using a hard-boiled egg and some matches. These jars represent our lives. The matches represent our prayers, and the eggs represent what we are praying for. Maybe we're asking for healing, or for safety, or for an A on a test, or for summer to never end. When we give these prayers to God and these requests, we can see what happens. One egg goes into the jar while the other just sits on top. Our life is a lot like this. God answering prayers in different ways. And sometimes the answer is yes, and we get to have that request in our lives. But sometimes the answer is like the second egg sitting on top of the jar. It's a no, or we even have to wait. And there's a couple things that we got to remember when it comes to requests. One is that prayer is not magic, and God is not a genie who's going to grant us all of our wishes or a piñata that when we hit him, all of these goodies come out. We also need to examine our heart. Why are we asking for these things from God? Is it coming from a selfish motive or because we just don't like the circumstances that we're in? Ultimately, what we need to remember is that God wants the very best for us. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know all the answers. I couldn't tell you why God is helping one family with finances but another one is struggling. I'm not going to know that. But what I do know is that the more that I get to look at God and his character and what he's done in our lives, I can see how much he loves us and how much he really does want the very best for us. In Isaiah 55, it talks about how God's ways are not our ways. And in Proverbs 3, it talks about trusting in God with all of our heart, not leaning on our own understanding. Because ultimately, everything that God does, his works, his plans for us, is the best that it could be when we are following him and aligning with his will. So we want to know, what is your egg? What is a request that you want to give to God? Comment below, message us, or be on a lookout for a story to answer there. We would love to hear from you. Thanks for joining us today, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye!